Well, here's an introduction to PoC radio, or LTE radio as sometimes it's called. They call it at Entel LTE and Wi-Fi PoC radio, and it's submersible, as you can see on the label. It's a very interesting technology that wasn't around just a few years back, and this allows two-way radios effectively to be worldwide. That's a big improvement over where it used to be. And of course, with digital technology, LRS UK is here right at the forefront, supplying some of the newest technology around. Well, here we go. Let's have a look at what's in the box. First of all, you've got a quick start user guide. This is a DN495 4G LTE PoC radio, as you can see. It covers all the features and the various things that you might want to cover when you buy one of these radios new. Obviously, you get a radio in the box. You get a really big battery. You get a desktop charger. You get a power supply. And of course, you get an antenna, which is common. They're all pretty common to every Entel radio that you might buy. Okay, it's this easy to assemble. You just screw in the antenna and you fit the battery pack just as easy as this. It clips in the bottom and you just snap it into place. And as you can see, what you've got is a small but very robust radio that has these incredible features that otherwise you wouldn't know about if we didn't do the video. So we're going to take a closer look at some of those features and benefits. Here's the DN400 series radio. Part of Entel's E-PoC push-to-talk over cellular. That's PoC/Wi-Fi solution. The DN400 4G LTE Wi-Fi PoC radios operate on national cellular networks. They combine this with the simplicity of traditional PTT operation, and DN400 radios deliver a significant step forward in capability and user benefits. A smartphone app, radio gateway and dispatcher options add even more flexibility. Some of those are optional, of course. But as you can see with this radio, it's small, it fits well in your hand, it has a really strong belt clip so you can put it on your belt and not worry about it falling off anytime. It has a very large battery, and we'll be talking about some of these aspects a bit later on. Now, what's really great about PoC radios, practically unlimited range. The DN400 radios deliver instantaneous PTT calling over cellular and Wi-Fi networks. And Entel's multi-network unsteered roaming SIM offers the very best network access and coverage. Now, there is a small charge for the use of that sort of thing, but it's not particularly expensive for what you get. Well, there are no limitations on this radio, and that's one of the great things of the DN400 series. They enable your workforce to carry a practically unlimited number of simultaneous calls. That's right, you can have multiple simultaneous calls. In fact, almost to anywhere in the world. These DN400 series radios, virtually any 4G, LTE, Wi-Fi PoC radio, isn't UHF or VHF. They don't operate in that way. So they're operating almost like a cell phone, but a little bit different than that, because you've got these enhancements that aren't there on a cell phone, for example. And when you first turn this radio on, you will find that it's not as instant as some radios out there. You know, the technology to bring the radio up is slower, but once it's there, of course, it makes no difference. And by the way, if you see any flickering on this screen on the video that you're watching, don't worry about that. That's just to do with the video recorder that we're using to make the video. This screen is as clear as a bell. But you can see that it has this time to fire up. Network radio, it's disconnected, it's trying to connect, so we'll just see how that goes. You can see there's a signal up there. And now you can see that it is connected. I have a guy set up at Entel that's near enough in London and we're based in Stoke-on-Trent. So you can probably guess what this will be like. So let's just see if I can get anybody on the other end. Anybody there, Mike?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, Mike, do you want to just state where you're located?
I'm located Street in the Entel main office on the first floor.
So that's not far from London, right?
Yeah, we're literally just next to the M25, outskirts of London, but yeah, sort of north west London and then a bit further.
Here we are in Stoke-on-Trent, and that's a bit of a range for a radio, right?
Yeah, that's not bad going at all. Not only that, but you're sounding like you're standing next to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, loud and clear.
Yes, and that's exactly the same here. And thanks for the short connection, really. I just wanted to get a bit of that on camera, so that we could show people what it can do. Thanks. What we've covered, I'm sure, is adequate to show people that it works, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, it works really well. It comes into its own, doesn't it, when it's outside the range that you'd normally get with a repeater, with a DMR repeater or something like that.
Yes, it's quite incredible, really, for the price and the rest of it. The technology's moved on so far, and that's the thing of presenting this particular DN400 series.
Mention to them P1, because even if you've got a single site and you want some radios to cover, a area, then it's basically the cost of a PC, and for like a PoC server running on a PC, right, to cover one site or whatever, many sites, but it works out cheaper than putting in a repeater.
Oh, right, P1.
Yeah, it's very cost effective.
Brilliant. Thanks for the information, Mike, and thanks for the quick chat just for the demo, and really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. One of the great features of this DN400 series, the 4G LTE Wi-Fi PoC radio, is that you don't have a license. You don't need a license, a radio license. So you've got no interference either. There's no need for a radio license. And best of all, you won't suffer channel interference from other radio users like you did on all the other stuff, except for the pure digital, of course. They're also cost effective. There's no need for your own expensive infrastructure. This radio uses Entel's simple pricing options. They're especially attractive when compared to traditional two-way radio systems. But there's nothing wrong with these. These are relatively low cost, and you don't need anything else really other than the radio and that small subscription. If you notice one thing about this while I've been demonstrating it for you, it's ready to go straight out of the box. All I did was to take this out of the box, connect the battery, connect the antenna, turn it on, and it worked immediately. There was nothing to do. Now, what you should do when you do that is take it out of the box, build it as it is now, and put it on charge, of course. One of the features of this radio is that for the software inside the radio, it gets instantaneous updates. These are updated and programmed over the air instantly, no matter where they are. So you can depend on always being on the latest operating system and the latest firmware and all the features and benefits that brings. Now, the Entel 400 series utilizes cross-platform communications. Well, what's that? Well, that sounds a bit technical. Well, they form part of a solution that can unify mobile communications. Other products in the range include a PC dispatcher app, smartphone app, and radio gateway, which allows connections with existing radio systems, so you can use regular radios. Everyone can talk together at the press of a button. Importantly, the communications on the DN400 series is secure and resilient. This uses an Entel service. So the Entel service utilizes AES 256 encryption to ensure the highest level of privacy and data security. Entel servers are locally hosted. For example, Entel's EU server is hosted in a UK Tier 3 Plus data center with further remote backup servers. So at all times, it's a very secure system. It's one of the reasons why LRS UK have chosen this product to sell, really. They offer a lot for a little. If you speak to any of our Entel sales experts, they can guide you through every feature of this radio and every benefit as well, and get the radio that you need, whether it be this one or a different Entel. Call 01782 53 7000 and speak to a professional. Now the fact is that LRS UK sells this product into health and safety and emergency type of operations. As standard, the DN400 series supports, as you can see, emergency buttons, lone worker and man down with automatic transmission of the radio's GPS location. It's a very useful device for anything where health and safety and emergency systems are required on site. There are so many features on this radio. What we like about this radio is the aspect that it's extremely robust, and you can just feel that it's a quality product. The thing is about this, the warranty is a 2-year warranty, and that's important because we like to see our customers have a warranty that isn't a 1-year warranty or isn't one of these warranties that's, well, frankly not very good. The Entel warranty is exceptional. And if you wanted to have a longer warranty, Entel can help you with that. Because in addition to the standard 2-year warranty, Entel's optional 3 to 5 year comprehensive maintenance service also covers accidental damage. And you know what it can be like with radios if you will currently operate them. Okay, well, we've got a few more features I just want to raise. One of them is the radio has a presence check. What that means, if required, the DN400 radios can be configured to indicate which users are actually online. Now, as well as that crystal clear audio, the audio output volumes are quite incredible. This series, the DN400 series, is actually 3 watts output. And you can mark my words, you won't find a radio louder than Entel. And at 3 watts, it's one of the loudest radio series I've ever seen. There's a comprehensive range of high quality Entel accessories available, from covert earpieces to bone conductive and Bluetooth options. So if you want to use the Bluetooth earphones, no problem. One of the problems you can get with these type of radios, LTE PoC radios, is what they call a call latency problem. And that's really all about delays. But Entel's radios, apps, the servers and the SIMs have all been optimized to deliver call latency times that are equivalent to DMR radio systems. So if you use the older type of systems, whether digital and the rest of it, you won't really notice any difference. The latency's that good. Another great thing about the 400 series is you can use rapid deployment techniques to get these out on site to wherever you need them. The DN400 radios, they can be deployed anywhere in just a few hours. These are perfect for applications such as highway maintenance, events, logistics, well, you name it. The DN400 series, by the way, has got a contact list and it's greater than 1,000 entries. So you're not going to run out of contact space anytime soon, I doubt. And if you notice, something I haven't talked of to now is that these are submersible. Now, being submersible, these can be up to 2 meters deep in water for up to 4 hours. And I think you'll find, if you go and check, that that's one of the best submersible tests that you're going to find anywhere. I think it's IP68 on this one. The whole series is also built to a military specification. So, you're getting a product that is really designed to be robust. And the military standard is MIL-STD-810 C, D, E, F and G. Now, I promised I'd talk about the battery for a few minutes, because this is an area that, a lot of radios suffer with trouble. But these particular ones are, basically these are lithium ion batteries. They don't suffer from memory loss like, metal hydride type of batteries, or some of the other ones that are out there, the cheaper stuff. These ones will give you a substantial amount of time of being in use. And there are two models. There's a CNB420E, which is 1350 milliamperes per hour. And that will give you typically up to about 11 hours worth of use. But they do make another battery, a CNB450E, which will give you 2000 milliamperes, and that'll work for up to 17 hours of radio use. So quite extensive usage from just a simple battery like this, and they really do, these can hack it. They charge fast as well. Okay, so I'm just going to list out the key features of this radio. For example, it's compact and rugged. It's IP68 submersible, as I've said. It's got outstanding battery endurance, and these batteries won't fade away anytime soon. There's 3 watts of audio, loudest in its class. It really is loud. There's built-in GPS and Bluetooth. There's AES-256 encryption as standard on this radio. There's OTA, or over-the-air programming and updates, free by the way. Practically unlimited range, practically unlimited simultaneous calls. There's high contrast white on black OLED display, as very similar display, in fact the same display as in many other Entel radios. Great to read. There's no expensive license fees or infrastructure with this radio. It's what it is. You buy it, pay your small fee, and away you go. It works absolutely out of the box, as I've shown you, and I think that's a great feature. You know, for such a comprehensive radio with so many features, you just charge it up and away it goes. Now here at LRS, we're very selective in what types of radio and what brands of products we buy. You know, all too often you'll see out in the field for sale radios, no brand radios, this sort of thing going on. And you know, you get a warranty problem. Well, you'll be sending those back to, well, probably China with no UK representative or support. And that's not really what LRS wants to offer its customers. We pride ourselves in being an authorized dealer for Entel and selling products that are of the standard that we buy, let alone offer to our customers. We love the warranties, we love the robustness of the Entel range and the entire range, because they offer 8X and lots of other radios too. So if you want to learn more about any of the Entel radios and the DN400 series, do call LRS on 01782 53 7000, where we've got experts in this field to help you no matter what your problem. And you know, we're always happy to speak to people, whether you're buying or you're not buying, or you just want a bit of advice. Thanks for watching this short introduction to the Entel DN400 series of radios, and do come back soon. We'll look forward to seeing you.